Oh my goodness. What is this madness here? Commentary on a video series with no commentary again? Something special must be going on. Why is there commentary here? Well, hey everyone, welcome back to my Don't Starve Together solo series, No Caves Season 2. Today is November 23rd, 2025, right in the middle of Hallowed Night season, and this is episode 121. And this one's special because we finally made it, or we're going to make it in a few days here, to day 2000. Right now we're on day 1997. Default settings in the world, I have a set for one player. No settings adjustments on the world settings or world generations. Caves are disabled. No server-side mods. Client-side mods I'm using. Action QRB2. Combined status. Geometric placement. Minimap, HUD, and snapping tills are enabled. No rollbacks because in my mind that would be cheating. Let's go ahead and log in here to see what's going on. We finally made it, or we're going to make it to day 2. Most of the time this is to watch. But for a milestone like this, I wanted to jump in and actually talk to you all a bit, give a tour, similar to what I did on my 1000 day base tour, and kind of celebrate how far this run has come. So if you've been around since season 1, you know I didn't exactly survive very long. Pitifully might be the right word. That was my kind of learning the hard way. After that death, you know, I launched season 2, this series, about 3 months ago. Same idea, solo, no rollbacks allowed, you know, using the touchstones are fine. I got the hang of using the meat effigy. I want to call it meat affinity, but there's no N. Meat effigy for resurrecting myself continuously, and I've died quite a lot. So a lot of people ask me, why no caves? And honestly, at first, it was probably pure fear. I couldn't survive the surface consistently. I was terrified of the ocean. So caves were just absolutely not, you know. So I disabled them, or I didn't enable them, because I wanted to master the surface and and then eventually maybe the ocean first, right? Along the way, though, something cool happened. Playing with no caves actually created whole new challenges. Trying to get cave-exclusive items without having caves became this fun puzzle. Bunnymen? Yes, please. Right? Bats, bat stuff, ruins gear. All that became kind of a scavenger hunt through things like, which I haven't done yet. I've come to theory crafting, but things such as sunken chests, ocean treasure monuments, maybe weird set pieces like boat traps. And it added like this totally fresh dimension to the game that I didn't expect. So I'm still not an expert player by any stretch. You've seen the silly deaths. But I've learned so much. This game is unbelievably deep. And even after thousands of days, I'm still surprised by new mechanics. So in the meantime, let's go ahead. I'm in the kind of the center part of my base. I built in the Oasis Desert. And you see here I've got Winona as the character. Started with Wilson in the beginning of the series. Winona, by far, is my favorite character out of everyone I've played. I haven't played that many characters so far. But you see with her spotlights be able to follow me, essentially give me infinite light. It's fantastic. And then be able to just teleport instantly back to my base. Amazing. I mean, I use it all the time. It's just fantastic. So, there's my chest area beginning to be organized here a little bit. We got the bunny puffs. We've got the houndstooth, the bone shards. I'm starting to collect a bunch of feathers in my feather farm. And I need to get some saffron yellow feathers too. Healing areas, I need to stock up a little bit better. Yep, just kind of collecting reeds. Here's where the fireflies I collect after the summer with the oasis. Some bug nets, fishing if I need. Plenty of rocks. I went on a rock binge with my rock farm. I can convert to flint. I can have plenty of gold, which are fantastic. So let's go ahead and stock up on some resources. Chest area here. We've got 2 areas of rot. I need to still add some more signs. Eventually these will be expanded more later. But there is quite a lot of resources. These are kind of food items I have for now. I'm eventually going to be overhauling all of the chest area. Let's see what we got here. Pleated shirt. Honey. You see, food-wise, honey is the way to go. Don't worry about food too often. So, put this thermostone back here. So if you look in the base here, yeah, let's go through it. So, chest area, different foods. I have everything kind of wrapped from killing claws so much throughout the years. Throughout the winters, I'm able to get a ton of wax paper for the bundling wraps. Getting light bulbs through some like ink squid things. What else? The royal jelly from farming the bee queen so much. I was able to get plenty of jelly beans, which are here, which are fantastic. Really good for just one jelly bean can heal a lot. Some boss loot here. Deerclaw's eyeballs, War's tusks, some feathers. There's always some short supply. I need to probably improve my little farming mechanism of that. My scales and eggs, thick furs, and my desert stone from Antlion. And then plenty of glamorous goop. Here's some extra bundling wraps that I'll have. I'll keep them there. There's a miscellaneous items I have for now. I haven't really gotten signs for everything yet. Some bramble husks when maybe I'll have character specific areas. Plenty of spider eggs and fleshy bulbs. Some items here which I didn't really just kind of miscellaneous things for now. In my scale chest I have all my gems. Pan flute, some mandrakes that get recycled through claws who can sometimes they drop. I have some blueprints on here. I don't really need these as a solo world. I've already learned the red fun cap, the blue fun cap, and the strident trident from claws. And then there's some cloud snouts which I just recently got from the Pig King wrestling match, and the anemone traps left over at 6 here. I used a bunch coming up from the farms. I'll show you that. Surprising seeds, I need to plant those. Just some miscellaneous loot for now that I've collected. So plenty of nightmare fuel with the Shadow Pieces farm. I'll show you that later. And some plenty of living logs. This is where the resurrection area is with a couple of siestas and a tent. I'll probably need to make another tent here. And then I put some desert goggles here just in case I die during the summer. And I can resurrect here. I've got the goggles. I've got plenty of thermostones here. That'll be cold in the refrigerator and hot here for when I need it. And then before I go down, let's go up a little bit further here. Crafting area here. So I've got my science, my shadow, my potter's wheel, tank, celestial orb. Here's the mad scientist lab from Hollow's Night. And then the bookcase. I've got all the books there. I think I still need the updated Luke's Atenera revised, which I think I got recently, the light bulbs to get that one. And then the wet tackle receptacle for all that good stuff. The kitchen area, I don't really use the kitchen area too much anymore. Again, cause since I have honey just really takes care of the food that I need, and it lasts a long time, so that's fine. I've got the stone fruit bushes here, which I had for a while. I kind of stacking them, having them. As you see, my city is kind of like a 5 by 5 zones or districts, and that's kind of how they're laid out with cobblestone streets that intersect. Now, notice how it went to the nighttime, the spotlights came on, and these are what known as spotlights here. So as you see, as I move from one spotlight or one section of the base, see the other spotlights come in automatically, and I have that throughout the base, which is just fantastic. It really helps me. I don't have to worry about light. And the 3 gems, surprisingly, I don't think I had to replace the 3 gems on the outside ones for a while. On the inside ones, I placed maybe 3 gems overall, 3 or 4 gems overall out of all the gems. So they just last a really, really nice time. See, here's one here. I could put a bit of gem in. But yeah, I love how I don't have to worry about heat. Like if it's during the winter, for example, this will warm me also. So it warms up a thermal stone on you, and that kind of works all day during the winter, and then during the other seasons, summer, autumn, and spring, it comes on automatically at night, which is just fantastic. So, all right, so let's continue on. I was talking about the stone fruit bushes that were up here. I don't really use these two anymore because I have a stone fruit bush farm on the lunar island, which I'll show. So I'll probably be replacing these and reutilizing this space for other things. So this is where the antlion spawns. Ideally, I'd like to get an area where I can automatically farm him. I'm thinking maybe catapults all around here, and then just kind of arming them, and then start the battle so that it goes really quick. I haven't really fully decided. Maybe I'll do a bunch of tentacle spikes here also. I'm not sure if antlion, if he brings up his spikes, would kill all the tentacle spikes in the AoE. There's some glass castles and glass spikes by using fire on at the end of the antlion boss. You get these kind of cool things. Eventually I'll probably set up an antlion arena. Maybe I'll make it a little bit nicer. So found out best way to defeat him is by using the desert goggles and then a nice armor like a log suit or a knight armor. I have a ton of dark swords and knight armor since I did the Shadow Pieces farm, which was fantastic. Now if you notice, every intersection of this 5x5 has a lightning rod, and the lightning rod also has some fireflies every corner. So it's kind of like ideal. I don't have to worry about lightning. If do I have, it's probably overkill, but this could probably be readjusted to the center. But yeah, so that's kind of as you see, kind of the 5x5 area, and then you'll notice that up at the top there's this marker here, and this is the marker, the border of the sandstorm. So when you're on this side, there's no sandstorm. And when you're on this side, there is a sandstorm. So it's important to know during the summer when you're leaving your base. I have a fear where, as you notice, I'm not really built out towards the edges too much of the border, is that if you're on this side of the sandstorm where there's, during the summer, like a cactus, anything over here can start to smolder and get on fire. So I need to mark it. It would be nice to know, just to be able to, if I need to mark the border. And then I have the dot kits to kind of extend this area. And then, yep, I have, so over here I have basically these are stone walls that are just hammered down. And then these are moonwalk walls. I started using the stone walls as a way to form a road, almost like a road on this dot kits. Because on the dot kits, notice you can't really plant cobblestone or streets. So I wanted to be able to mark the cobblestone, or I wanted to mark the street on the dot kits. So how would I do that? I was kind of enjoying what I was doing, and it takes a while though. But essentially what I do, I'll show you, is I'll put these low-level walls as if they're roads. See? And so they don't act as roads necessarily. Excuse me. But it's nice to keep them kind of in check here. So, especially at winter too, you can actually see this a lot better than the actual cobblestone roads themselves. So, yep, so notice I've got the spotlights. So let's continue on. I've got some, you saw there, I've got the marble shrubs of all the marble up here. I keep it up here on the border because, again, these don't really smolter, right? So let's go down. I've got some miscellaneous tree guards for now. Here's the petrified trees. I might leave them here. I don't really need them for rocks necessarily. So we'll see what I do with them. And then over here, yeah, I've got 3 layers of petrified trees. What's nice is that I might leave this one here because, again, it's near the border. So I don't need to worry about these kind of smoldering or catching fire, which is nice. Yep, miscellaneous coal fence. So the loon tree, so this is kind of like the tree area, right? I've got evergreen, the petrified trees, I've got the wet loon trees, we've got the monkey tails for the reeds from Mooncay Island, palm cone trees, the seeds came from Mooncay Island, and then back to the stone fruit bushes there. So almost like a planetarium of sorts. And then the mushroom planters, I was a little disappointed. In the winter, they all go away. So I think that the idea is just to get all the mushrooms, bundle them up so you always have them, and then you can always replant them right after the winter's done. So so here's the buddy men. I had 2 of these. These were bunnymen kind of farm, fire farm for the bunnymen. And essentially what I would do is, in order to get the bunnymen originally in a No Caves world, I had to use the benevolent Bunny King and turn him to the bad one, the Evil King. And then he spawns these rabbit guards, these elder guards, these guardians, and they're the ones that will drop bunny puffs, and you can farm them. So with the bunny puffs, carrots, you're able to make, and some wood, you're able to make the rabbit hutches. So essentially what I would do is, they're outside now, but they would essentially be, you can see it in my videos, I've got these pond figures that kind of block them. I put a carrot on the ground here. I would aggro them, so all the bunnies would come over here. I'd walk away so that they would lose aggro. They would still see the bunny puff or the powder puff or the powder cake or the carrot on the ground over here. And then I would go in and just kind of lock them in. And then I would set it on fire and use the isoflingomatic to, put out the flames after they all die. Load up on carrots, meat, and bunny puffs that way. So had 2 of them here. I'm going to repurpose this area for something else. Pitiful farm here. I haven't really done much farming. And happy with my new zoo here. The Battlelists, essentially, normally when in No Caves world, you don't really get bats. But on Hollow Night, when you go hunting for the little piles on the ground, they will have a chance to appear, and that's how you can get the Battlelists. Carnival tree, I haven't done much to this area. This when I first started 3 months ago, it was during the summer carnival season, so hopefully to build that out later would be nice. This I'm really happy with. This is a kind of fully automated perfect time. You can see how they all killed the spider queen too. So what's great is the spider queen pops out of a tier 3 den. She lays a tier 1 den, and all the bunnies will kill the queen pretty easily, actually. Boom. And then all the spider glands and spider silk are on the ground here. Monster meat either turns to ashes, or they'll the spiders that come out, they'll eat them. So, trying to eat some more honey. Okay. So yeah, very happy with this engine here, kind of this farm. fully automated. I don't need to do anything. It's really fully efficient. As you see where the border goes in the docks, I have the border kind of go across. And there's the bunny. The bunnies kill the rabbits there, so easy to get. So I'm probably gonna build another couple of these, maybe 1, 2, or 3 of these to get more silk. Maybe 2. Maybe I'll build the second one. So all right, let's continue on. This is another kind of expansion section I haven't fully created yet. Another enclosure. I'll add something in. Here's a lure plant farm for when creating these jelly dishes. The two leafy meats and 2 honeys will make this jelly dish, which is good for sanity, which is good increasing. So, all right. So down this section is almost like a zoo. Here's the primate and some monkeys. These are the monkeys from Monkey Island, and then that's the primate from the pirate raid. I eventually want to put some monkeys in from the pirate raid too, because I think the monkeys have hats. I'm trying to get this manure here. Let me see if I pick it up, they go away. Yeah. The manure over here too. Okay. Oh, so here's a pile here. Some suspicious dirt pile. Let me go ahead and select it, and I'll show you what I mean by the bats. I'm not going to necessarily telelocate it, but I just want to show you that the bats do appear on a hollowed night, and where I've been getting the bats and the batless wings, actually. Let's see. But see, on the docks, there's no cobblestone streets, so I want to be able to mark those eventually with the walls. I guess you see here as I'm doing. There you go. Oh, I got a battle's wing. Alright, just got 1 wing. And I don't really care. I think some guano too. Found out interesting, if you give a bird in a bird cage a lot of seeds, it'll eventually spit out guano. I thought it was interesting. So yeah, so docks there. I got another battle list here. Let's see what we got. Nope. Okay. So I didn't do much in this area here. I believe this is where the great tree, the great tree trunk is. And I can pick the fine there. The spiders will come down. And I haven't done much in this area yet. But it's nice that I have docks. I can go right to it. But yeah, you see how the docks I built, and then the Mooncat Island. I'll show that in a little bit. Let me continue on with the base, though. So let's go back to the base. All right. Let's put these figs away and the wings. Okay. So more chests here over here. I've got the walking canes, the tam o' shanterns, eye umbrellas, the bee queen crown, which I'll probably use. All right. Ice staffs, fire staffs if I need them. Bundled up hand bats. A ton of these life-giving amulets. I don't really know what to do with all these. Maybe I should keep one on me, I guess, in case I die, so I don't have to keep using my meat effigy every time. A ton of spider hats. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas about what to do with all these life-giving amulets, or maybe even these spider hats, let me know in the comments. I'll be curious what to use them all for. Eye masks and the shields, the shield of terrors. Miscellaneous area over here, just kind of stuff I don't have organized yet, but eventually I will. I really don't have places for them yet. And so, future organization. This is an example I'm pretty happy with. So essentially, this is this top row here. I'm happy that this is an organization that I used to have these squares areas, but this is something I've been doing where this is the hollowed event, all the trinkets, right? So I believe there's 15 trinkets or so, and then I have all the trinkets with a mini sign on the chest, and I can have multiple versions of them, whatever. But they're all here. That is the candy. This is all the candy section. I believe there's 14. I put a little candy bag there. And then here are the decorations, which eventually, I'm missing the ghost decoration. I still need to find that in some before the event ends. And that's one thing too, some rules I set for myself. I don't want to go and have to enable a season manually, right? I want to have it naturally, used in the game. And then the Battleless Wings, let me grab that. Okay, so I've got, 57 of those? Not bad. These will be used for the potions to make the tree seeds. Coming up, guano can go there, and then all the knives and the pumpkin carving, which I still need to do before the season's end. So, but happy with this setup. And then over here, I've got all Winona stuff, right? So her tape, her handy remotes, her catapults, the generators, the regular generator, spotlights, the wind bots, the broken robot I just put in there for now, the portasols, and the transportation station. So kind of everything here kind of in her inventory, like that you can create. And then you've got also spectacles and her rose-colored glasses. So eventually, maybe I'll have it for each character, right? Have kind of a section, a row maybe for each unique character. It'd be nice to have. So I'm kind of happy with how this came out. Maybe I'll start doing this more often. Okay. So let's all go on and continue. What else we got? We got more trees over here, and I'm probably not going to use these trees. I've got a nice wood farm, which I'll show you guys, that I'm using Berger for. So I might reuse this area here. So let's keep going down. So we got down here. So you can see in my 2,000 days, I've experimented a lot. I've tested out different things. So we've got the Colophant Zoo here. A bunch of Colophants, winter Colophant variations. Eventually, maybe I'll improve that. What else do I have in my zoo? Oh yeah, so this is the, I got two of them actually, 2 pig farms. And these were fantastic. I put like either a pigskin or a powder cake in the middle. During the full moon, right, when there's werewolves, I can, or they're werepig, excuse me, I can gather a bunch of pigskin for all those. Alright, let's continue. Spiky bushes over here, juicy berry bushes, regular berry bushes, the banana bushes. Eventually I'll have to redo this area, but just things I'm collecting over time. Let's go this way. So I've got the bats, and then I've got the one-eyed deer here that I would telelocate and eventually. And then here, looks great. I've got a salamander. It's right here. And I have them in this pen with all the grass geckos here. And he'll constantly scare them so their tails drop. So the grass is left there. Usually I would have Chester in the beginning, but it's so much better with the salamander because she moves around, right? And scares them to constantly drop. So constant cut grass here. Eventually, if I'll have to figure out a way to kind of collect the grass easier, but to be honest, not too bad, right? I can just, shift, double click. I've got the action, client-side mod. to pick it up, so just relax. Just, can multitask and do something else. So in the meantime, while I'm collecting all this grass here, I guess, someone recently asked me, they said, what do you even do in a 2,000-day world? And actually, we're on day 2001, everyone. Congratulations. So someone recently asked me, right, what do you even do in a 2,000-day world genuinely? And that question stuck with me because surviving isn't really the goal anymore. It's about long-term creativity. So some of the future projects I've been kind of theory crafting include hunting down cave or ruins exclusive items that I can't, normally are unattainable in a no caves world, right? But you can still get them through sunken chests and different set pieces and ocean structures. So I haven't done it yet. Looking forward to it, but I could get a couple of those items. Really looking forward to that. See what I get. There's also like 100% mega base completion activities, right? So, like I showed you earlier, collecting every trinket, event item for the Hollowed Knight stuff. It's fun. It's hard. It's challenging to kind of complete. Say, I got to collect every trinket, every candy, every make every potion, and then make signs for them and store them there. I was thinking about other stuff like besides zoos, right? But like a museum, right? Maybe have a plant museum with every variant of ferns and flowers and succulents and evil flowers and roses, right? And their withered versions. And then obviously I want to optimize my farms. So think of maybe using the Windbot for over here, with a generator to put them in a chest for me. All the cut grass, so I don't have to, spend a few minutes collecting it manually. I also want to automate claws setup by forcing them to spawn in one guaranteed spot. You'll notice in the map, these are all the spots that the loot sack has, the loot stash has. Let me get out of here. There's noise here of all these. Here we go. Okay. So if you look, the loot stash, Claus's loot stash during the winter can appear in the mosaic biome or the deciduous forest biome. Let's drop off this cut grass here. Okay. And drop off this manure here. Younger here. There you go. Oh, okay. Eat it later, I guess. Okay, he's back. Okay. So, as I was saying with Claus, his loot stash, what I've been doing was after I would kill him, actually, you know what? I need to put it over here, which I'll do that. I'll show you what I mean. I would put a structure in place of it. So I think I did everything for my base in the Oasis. Let's continue on the map, and I'll build that as I go out. Actually, you know what? Didn't show you this area up here yet. Here's my Volt Goat farm. I've got 2 of them. Let me start collecting them. Then kind of stacking up my Volt Goat horns. And here's all the bee boxes, which again I use for food. Did I get the whole farm? One area over here. Now, what interesting about this world was it didn't come up with saplings, so I had to create lunar saplings using woodworm. But these are the best saplings I can get because this world didn't spawn with them. Instead, I got the twiggy trees. Okay. So let's continue on. So let me show you the mosaic biome and the idea with the mosaic biome and the deciduous forest. Actually, there's these light bulbs here too. So with the Hollowed Knight event, these are normally cave exclusive items. These bulbous light bugs, and I was testing something out here where And it was actually pretty interesting. If I'm out in the open, oh, it's actually going away. Oh, actually, it follows me. There, I got it. And if I have food, I can get up to 3 actually. So let me get the third one. I think there's a one over here, unless it already died. Because when we go out in the wild, I guess I'll take these bugs. And as long as you keep it fed in your inventory, the one in your inventory, it will they'll constantly follow you. Let me get a third one. I forgot what the other one kind of flew away. Maybe it died. So I'll just create one. And the way you can create it is using a light bulb and the one of the Hollow Knight potions. So Hollow Knight potions would be, I have it right here for now. We get one. The Lunar Essence. All right. Put on one here, mutate. There we go. All right, let's wrap the other ones up. Light bulbs go there. Okay. And then for food, it won't eat honey. Notice I'm putting honey on it. But it will eat the stone fruit. So it is a good idea to have some stone fruit here. So I could just collect these and then destroy it, but I already have ahead of time some stone fruit pre-packaged, ready to go, right here. Okay. So when necessary, I can feed the light bug in my inventory. And I'll have infinite light, as long as I keep that little light bug fed. All right, so let's continue on. So as I was saying about the mosaic biome and the claws, is I want to force him to spawn in one guaranteed spot. Because he is random, right? Then you can put these a structure or anything on kind of on top of the area where the loot stash would spawn normally, and in the future it won't spawn there. It'll choose a different location, and once all locations are filled, then it'll eventually break one of the structures, right? It'll force it there. At that point, you know you've got every spot filled, and then you can go ahead and so here's the previous spot that I have. Here's my old inventory here. So what I'll do is, you don't have to use this structure, you can use anything, but I like using this Oku Vigil item, and I'll just place it right here, right in the middle. So I can see it on the map. Sometimes the sack will appear next to it, like over here you can see kind of they're close. So during winter, I can actually see if the stash, if the loot stash kind of appears around there. So, all right, so that's what I do for that. And the goal is eventually, once I have it narrowed down, it breaks one of them, right? Then I can say, oh, I know exactly where it's at. I can have control. I can, remove where I want him at in a certain location, block the other one, and he's guaranteed to spawn there. So I can set up some type of automation with either catapult or tentacles or something. So looking forward to kind of forcing the spawn in one guaranteed spot. And then the last thing I was thinking about, the craziest idea I've had so far is a water-based zoo, right? Kind of like this, having all these boats, but almost like a moving carousel of like boats riding on, with boat magnets, each one carrying a mob, right? Either telelocated on, or maybe I lured it to it. And so basically kind of a rotating ocean exhibit. Ridiculous? Yes. Possible? Maybe. So when I found a tip online, I forgot where I found it from, but if you'll see the monkey drop in the ocean here. Let's see. Yep. It just kills it. So if you use some gunpowder right below, because this is just docks here, underneath this unnatural portal right below it, I think it's 2 gunpowders. And what will happen is the monkey will drop into the water, and then all the items will stay around. So essentially, you can, have a farm of all these items, which is great. So, didn't build too much on here. I've got bananas in case I kill some monkeys. I don't think there's anything much in these chests. But yeah. So not too shabby. I wonder if I can feed the light bug a banana. Let's see. Yeah, I can feed it. There you go. Okay. So let's see what else. I made some other areas to, I guess, go to the sea stacks over there to get the cookie cutters. I haven't done much there, but it's really nice to be able to make these boat bridges. Eventually, once I find the Crab King, I'll be making some boat bridges to get to the Crab King easily enough. Essentially, I'll do docks as far as I can go with the docks, and then boats the rest of the way. Oh yeah, so I was testing out some areas to kind of have a pirate raid farm. It didn't work out too well. I got to do some more testing. But yeah, got some salt formations here, sea stacks. There's the cookie cutters. Yeah. But yeah, I was trying to do either from here or even one that was completely surrounded. Didn't work out too well. I got to do some more theory crafting and testing of how to farm pirate raids, where you're kind of close to the Moonkey Island, but you're kind of can farm the pirate raid stashes and the loots and the items there. So, all right. So this is the mosaic biome. Yeah, let me show you the queen farm, the queen bee farm, and the the Twins of Terror farm, kind of one-in-one, the same area. And essentially just a whole bunch of bunny hutches, which maybe I could use for claws too, if I can get it down to a certain area where they can all try to kill claws, because he may be able to dodge just a bunch of bunny men, similar to the bee queen. I have to remember I can't teleport with these bulbous light bugs because they'll stay behind. Okay, so a bunch of rabbit hutches, and then actually it's a good idea here. I'll show you how it kills the one eyeball. And a similar aspect with the bee queen. Here's the bee queen hive. Hard to see it. It's right here. The gigantic beehive. I like to stay centered, see where the eyeball appears. The eye of terror. There he is. Go get him. And they all swarm him. I'm gonna get too close because I don't want my light bug just to die. Get him. Oh, they got him. That was a single one, already died. So that was about less than 30 seconds. Not too bad. Get the milky whites, I guess, if I can. And then, what is that over here? The eye mask here. You can have it. There you go. Enjoy the eye mask, little bunny man. Alright, well, let's keep on going. So, I'm in the spring. Let's see if if this one's up here. I forgot if this one burnt down or if this one's working. Well, they're working, but there's no, I'm looking to see if the moose goose is here. This is basically a little moose goose farm, right? They pop out and start attacking. I have a better one up here. Let's see. let's reminisce in my first base here, the little mini base where I started, where I was farming the evil Rabbit King. And there was a little set piece here that I kind of built walls around. And this is my first little starter base before I built in the Oasis Desert. Good times. I even had a little ghost, Pisspook, that was in my base. Alright, that's that. Let's go down here and show you some farms that I was making. Gotta be a little bit careful with these farms down here. I don't want these light bugs to die. Hey, the odd beefalo guy. What's up, man? Got anything good for me? Nope. Alright. Oh, the lightning strike. I'm trying to kill my bugs. Alright, so this is an area that I'm still testing. I got to work with, but I got a bunch of vargs in there. I believe 4? Yeah, 4 vargs in here. That creates a bunch of hounds. As you see, there's Houndstooth, and then there's the gems. And I have all the catapults, and that's where the farm. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to kill the... This is where I get all the gems from, in the wind box over there. And to get to the swamp area, I made an easy... oh, here's the Celestial Portal. So essentially, what I figured out, I learned from the game, is you got to switch characters. I started with Will Wilson, and Winnow is my favorite because of the teleportation you can do and the catapults. But basically, I just stock up. I probably need to put a lightning rod here, but it's the Moonrock Idols. You just throw it in the Celestial Portal. Super easy, super nice to be able to switch characters. Even your own character, I guess you can switch back to your own character to re-heal and re-energize everything just through one Moonrock and a purple gem. Not too bad. So I think I did all that there. I can't really teleport because I'll lose the bugs. So let's just walk up manually. Gotta be careful. And I want to show you the other areas I've built. Okay. So anyways, the craziest day, right? The Water-Based Zoo. Those are the things I might do in the future. Who knows? You know, but today I just want to enjoy the moment. Show you what I've built. Hey, there's more bats. You know, where I've survived and how this world has grown, you know, over 2,000 days. The bat's trying to get in there, probably kill my bugs. Leave my bugs alone. Oh, it's dangerous out here. Ooh, a long glove. Thank you. I still need to get look through the timberweeds to get the ghost decoration that I am missing. Hungry, bulbaceous light bug. I'll feed you later. Alright, here we go. So let's see how this works with the moose goose. I think there's 2 spawn points over here. And let's see if they're... Yep, there they are. So let me attack one to cause the mama. There we go. Attacks one. And they're gonna go get him. So this is a good area how to get the down feathers, and then what's nice is when the mom dies, they'll kill the rabbits and they'll spawn the rabbits will kill them too again. The bunny men. I got him. All right, so that's all that area. That would go over to Hermit Island and the Lunar. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Show you that. I didn't build up that area too much. So it's tricky, right? With the no caves run, there's certain gear that, I'm not able to get. Certain gear. But it's a new challenge, right, to get certain things. Like, for example, the Bunnymen was an interesting creative way. Oh. And the bats now, using a combination of swapping characters, set pieces, events. It really does make it interesting. It's a little bit dangerous to go through here. Okay. Not worried about me, worried about my little bugs friends. Okay. Let's go check out the boat bridge to the Hermit Island. If too dangerous, we'll turn back, I guess. Here we go. Alright. Goodness. So yeah, wanted to thank you to anyone who watches these episodes, whether you binge them, put them on in the background, or pop in occasionally. The series, started as something I did just to relax, but knowing people enjoy it honestly means a lot. So here's Hermit Island. I've done too much to the island yet, but eventually I'll get the pearl as an item, even though I won't be able to get Celestial Champion because I don't have caves. It'll be fun to at least complete as much as I can. Let's go ahead and feed the little bug here. There you go. Alrighty. And let's continue on. I love how the boat bridges work. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's continue up to Lunar Island, which I want to show you some cool farms I've been collecting lately. The Rock Farm and the Bird Feather Krampus Farm. My stamina is low, which is good. Alright. So why Luna Island? Well, with Wickerbottom, you can make these amazing farms. Are there Krampus over here yet? Actually, the gems, did the gems get all used up? I guess the gems got used up here, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so essentially we have these bookcases. I gotta be careful. Will the enemies... Okay, they don't kill them. Has the bookcases here, Birds of the Wild, Sleepy Time Stories, Birds of the Wild, and yeah, kill the birds here, and they'll form the Krampus will come, and very interesting farm, very, very cool. And then Stone Fruit Bush Farm, you use Maxwell, where he'll read the books. The Horticulture Abridged, it'll spawn up all the fruit bushes, and he'll use the Codex to have the little shadow helpers collect all the stone fruit, and then use gunpowder to blast it open. A ton of rocks there. I have a couple more of the that lightning to strike that suspicious dirt bomb. I have a couple more of the Moose Goose farms, but I think they burned recently, or I don't have enough rabbit hutches, the bunny hutches, to kill the Moose Goose in full. But essentially, you set up a bunch of rabbit hutches right around. Oh, this is around the pond area. I think the other one's around here. Yeah, that was the pond. Sorry. And then I have here for the frozen, for the walrus camps. Yeah. Now, what lately was the wood farm, one of my recent videos, that was really good. A ton of wood using Barriger and the silviculture to make everything huge. And Berger will just mow through all of this. And I believe Berger might still be over here, hopefully. He's not dead. I last left him over here. He likes to move himself downwards, though. Let's see if we can find him. It's spring, so he's probably sleeping, hibernating. There he is. So basically you bring him over to all that wood over there. And, oh, this isn't trying to attack him? I want to stay away. Here's the walrus camp farms. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Actually, a fourth one's up there. So 4 walrus camps. Nothing in the Dragonfly Desert too much. Need to expand it out a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the world. Looking forward to exploring all these sunken chest areas where the message in the bottle were. Do more land exploration. But yeah, that's kind of, the ocean exploration. Fill out the gaps in the land, build up more docks, build up more bases. With having these huge farms, this wood farm here, and the rock farm, and the feather farm is just really fantastic. It can open up the area, my base, for other things. So let's continue back and see if there's anything else to show you. Oh yeah, so I was mentioning the bunny, the fire farm, the bunny fire farm in my base, and why I used to have two of them, and I got rid of one, and I don't really need that in my base anymore because I figured that the easiest way, honestly, to farm the bunny men is just to release the Twins of Terror, to put Nightmare Fuel in the Terrarium, turn it on, and those suckers takes a couple nights to kill them. I think at least 2 to 3 nights. In the meantime, there's like what 50 or 60 or so of the bunny hutches, and that's the way to get the carrots and the meat if you need, or even the bunny puff tails. Eventually, I need to start training a beefalo to ride it. I think that would be interesting to domesticate it and have that on standby. I guess I can show you the Pig King too. Alright, let me drop off the light bugs. Here you go. And let's go ahead and... This is pretty cool too. So I can activate to go to my base here, but if I'm already on it and I hit it again, I can teleport instantly to where I have the other one, which I have it set right now next to the Pig King. And the Pig King, I did this recently where I set this... You set up these little pockets of gold here, and when you do the Pig King wrestling match, you're guaranteed to win it, because the pigs just try to get these other golds, so you just start collecting all of them with the golden belt when you give the golden belt to the Pig King, so I thought that was funny. But yeah, else that's that. Doesn't do much in the marsh swamp area. Let's go ahead and go back. Yep. That's the base in a nutshell. I've got some future ideas. Yeah, that wraps up the Day 2000 celebration and base tour. Thank you so much for joining me today, whether you've been watching from the beginning of season 2, you showed up somewhere in the middle, or this is literally the first episode you've ever seen. This world has become something really special to me. I'm going to share it with people who enjoy the calm vibe, the creativity, the chaos when it happens, and the little surprises along the way. It generally means a lot. I started this series just as a kind of relaxing way to play the game. I never really expected it to become a long-running project, or that anyone would stick around for hundreds of episodes of a no caves solo world. But the comments, the ideas you all send, the encouragement, that's what keeps me excited to keep pushing this world further and trying new things. So here is the Shadow Pieces farm. No idea what to do with these Shadow Atriums because I don't have any caves enabled. But they look cool though. But anyways, yes. So that's always been great to farm those. And but anyways, I hope today's tours gave you some inspiration, or maybe just a cozy moment to enjoy your day. As always, if you have any ideas, crazy farms, world automation, or late game challenges, anything you'd like to see next, feel free to drop them in the comments. I love hearing what people come up with. So here's to the next chapter, whether that's Day 3000, or whatever the journey takes us. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, and don't starve.